Blue Apron, take back dinner.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Liars Club. I'm Felicia Michaels.
And I'm Jessica Wellington.
And what we do here at the Liars Club at the world-famous comedy store in the basement, a.k.a. the studio, is we ask two of our comedy pals to come on. We ask them to tell two stories. One is the truth, one is a lie. We try to figure out which one is the lie. For those of you that are listening in podcast land, know that we go live from the Comedy Store's YouTube on Mondays at 4:30 and on most Fridays at 8:30. So if you ever want to join us live, please do. And by the way, this podcast is brought to you by Blue Apron. If you go to Blue Apron, which is a tremendous service where you can get your food delivered, right? And if you go in there and you go on the code box and you put in Liars, you get 30% off. That's all I'm saying about that. Do us a favor, support us, and go try out Blue Apron.
Take back dinner.
That's right. Jessica?
Yes, let me introduce our guest. Over here, this gentleman, he was featured at the Laughing Skull Comedy Festival, Orlando Comedy Festival. He's a really funny guy. He opens for Preacher Lawson. This is Justin Lawson.
What up,
Welcome
yo?
to the show, Justin
Thank
Lawson.
you. Appreciate y'all having me.
Wow, I think it must be such a tremendous thing
I
to
believe
open
you.
for your brother, and also the worst thing too. Do you guys ever fight on the road?
Oh, nah. We got all our fighting out early.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when we were younger, we never hit each other, but we used to throw each other across the room. Well,
They're
I
very-
did most of the
They're
throwing.
a very
but-
loving family.
Oh,
yeah,
re-
we're pretty chill,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
All right.
actually very fun.
Okay.
His brother's name is Preacher. They can't be. Can't be too much violence.
Okay. Good point.
And this gentleman, he has had 2 comedy specials on Showtime. He started acting at the age of 6. Did not know that. He's co-creator and producer of The Real Husbands of Hollywood. He was on Don't Be a Menace, Blackish. He had a thing on his neck in Blackish. This
Crazy. Wow, she watched it.
this is Chris Spencer.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Chris Spencer.
The thing on my neck was real, actually.
Was it?
No, I'm joking.
What was it, like a tattoo?
It was like
Like
a rash.
sore or something
yeah.
like that.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Damn, how'd you remember that?
She remembers everything.
Still
She
your
remembers
water.
everything. And also we have to my right here one of our on-air producers, Mr. Austin Walker. He will be taking questions from the audience that are playing along on YouTube. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're watching. And in the control booth is one Mr. Michael Evans.
Yay, hey guys.
Yeah, and he'll be popping in as the voice of God with his bearded, reddish, ginger ass.
That's
Anyway.
my ass. That's me, baby.
So do you guys actually know each other? Have you guys ever met, Chris and
Oh,
Justin?
no, this is my first
No.
time meeting him.
Mm-mm.
Oh, nice.
There's a couple
Very
of us that don't
nice.
know each other.
Yeah.
You guys both sound so excited.
We are.
yeah.
I think we're nervous.
It's bubbling. It's bubbling in. It's bubbling in. We're gonna do things a little bit differently today because tonight is Friday night, and Chris is working in the main room, so we have to get him in and out. So we're just gonna start with his stories and make our votes a little bit different, and
Okay.
and then we'll go to Justin. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
great.
do it.
So you can tell us your story. Don't tell us which one is which, obviously, and go ahead.
So, my wife, who's my wife now, we went to the White House for Christmas.
Were you
And-
married before?
She was my wife. Yeah, They don't.
Have you been married before?
just this once?
Just this one.
And-
Trump,
and
while
never.
Trump's in office?
Stop it.
No, I'm not. I'm just
Yes.
asking. I don't. No.
That would have been a
judgment.
lie already. You would have
Yeah.
got me.
No judgment.
Let me rewind. When 44,
Okay.
the light skinned dude and Michelle were in office,
Okay.
we went there for Christmas.
Whew.
And we were in this long line to take a picture with the president and
Okay.
his wife.
Uh-huh.
And he recognized me. We were on this long line, and my wife was like, "This line is so long. What are we going to do?" I'm like, "Well, let's go." She's like, "No, we're not leaving." So he's like, "You two, come to the front." And I was like, "Who is he talking to?" "You come to the front." And my wife's like, "Oh, my God, how does he know you?" I'm like, "I guess they got BET in the White House."
Yeah.
So in this long-ass line are people who have spent like thousands of dollars to take this picture. And so as we're walking, this African lady jumps out and goes, "Excuse me, who are you? Who are you, and why do you get to go to the front?" I panicked. I was like,
Because the president said so?
yes. But I had to lie. I was like, I'm Rodney King, and this is my wife, Billie Jean King. So we go to the front. My wife starts crying because she's so excited to see this guy. And, I hold out my arms to console her. He holds out his arms to console her. She looks at me and goes straight into his arms.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So
Like it already.
I'm sitting there pissed, like, okay, what? He's the leader of the free world, and I'm just the leader of a bad pop locking group in the 80s. So 30 seconds goes by. I'm like, yo, babe, we got to go. another 30 seconds. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? She turns her back so I can't see her. I look at the Secret Service. I'm like, yo, man, is anybody going to help me? He's like, man, that's why we don't bring our bitches up here no more. This dude is magical. So.
Did you say anything to the president? Did you get to talk to him at all?
Kinda, yeah. I was like, what am I going to say? Hey, man, let go of my woman. No.
No,
But he looked at
me
me as if to say, don't worry about it. I kind of have this effect on these hoes. But now he didn't say that, but that's what it felt like. So all of a sudden I'm jealous. So that's story number one.
Wow.
Huh.
I can kind of not.
I mean, I can
almost
I could see it, but he didn't
see
say
it.
much to.
Because I had this experience once because I went and canvassed for Barack Obama in Vegas with my girlfriend at the time, Wendy, right? And so we went canvassing, and then we ended up in
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's not going to act like he knows what it is. What is canvassing?
I was just
No,
going
no,
to
no.
let her stay.
I'll
And
represent.
Jessica inside just
I'll
went, thank
represent-
God he asked.
I'll represent for the black delegates.
Trying to play it off with the
I saw
glasses.
you.
Like, yeah. Uh-huh.
Like,
Yeah.
what is
It's
canvassing?
where you go door to door and you hand out pamphlets and you're like, are you registered to vote?
Oh, we
You
call
know,
that
but-
Jehovah Witness.
Okay, all right.
Jehovah Witnessing.
So we ended up at this stadium or high school thing, and Bill Clinton was going to speak, right? And my girlfriend Wendy at the time, she's very tall, buxom, beautiful lady, right? And then afterwards, all the volunteers got to meet Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton, I'm standing next to my effing friend Wendy. Bill Clinton doesn't even see me. Right?
He likes brunettes. Don't you know that?
No, he likes blondes.
Was it Monica Burnett?
She was
Yeah.
blonde. No, my friend Wendy was blonde, right?
Oh.
And he is like thirst on water. You know what I mean? Like
Wow.
not, but he was like, "Hello, how are you?" Like I was fucking schleprock. So I mean, I can understand that part.
Got you.
But the point that you don't have any details of what you might have said to the president, like, it's really nice to meet you.
Yeah, how'd you
I'm
know
Oh
really-
yeah,
me.
no. I was trying to speed it up because it was only 2 minutes.
Okay.
But yes, we spoke, and he kind of told me the shows he's seen me on, and I was like, wow.
Was he saying anything to her while he was hugging
He was
her?
whispering her, and she was. So when she first came up to him, she said,
He
Yeah.
was whispering to Michelle, "Comics only."
"No." When she first came up, he was like, she was like, she started crying, right? She was like, I just want you to know it's kind of exciting for me to be here because when I left the house, I told my son I was going to meet the president, and he said, when I grew up, I want to be the president too. So she started crying, and then that's when the hug happened. And he wiped her tears, and
He wiped her
he
tears.
wiped her fucking tears.
He
in front of
wiped
me.
her
He's
tears.
smooth, dude.
Like, how did he wipe? Can you act out like how he wiped her tears on Jessica, like that? Or
Yes, with the backhand.
Yeah, with the
Yes.
back finger.
That's some pimp shit right there. Like, this is like a little kid. This is your
trying
friend.
to help you out, Jessica.
This is pimp.
Yeah.
The back of the hand is pimp.
Oh,
Like some
okay.
notebook.
Yeah. We had one of our biggest. Now we didn't have a big fight, but we just kind of had an argument because she was trying to tell me, I shouldn't be jealous because that's her celebrity crush.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
said, and she's like, everybody has a celebrity crush. I go, I don't have a celebrity
So
crush.
did you just fight at the Christmas party or the Christmas dinner? or
No,
did
I had to kind of take a L. Like, he's the president.
he just had a
Uh-huh.
little jealousy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just didn't know I could
Spurt.
get jealous. And I guess if there was going to be anybody, okay, I'd get
Yeah.
this dude.
Right.
Maybe him and Michael Jordan. That's it.
Michael Jordan?
And what was Michelle doing that whole time that he was wiping her tear away with the back of his hand in a pimp move?
I guess she's used to it. I don't know. It's like maybe that's their.
Too busy just showing off her arms.
Too busy.
Her guns. She was doing push-ups in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any thoughts online?
Ken Lofgren's not buying it. He said lie right away. I don't know if it was the President Obama tip or whatever that kind of got it for him. Jesse Stillwell says canvassing is when you go camping and your friend steals all your clothes while you're asleep. And Michael in the control booth agrees, so he'd have to give some context on that.
Really, Michael? That's what it means where you're from?
No, I was just supporting the live comment.
Okay.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Sorry,
fair
Jesse.
enough.
That's some wild shit. I don't know what you're into,
What do you think about that story, Michael?
Here's what I'm wondering is how tall is Obama?
He's about 6'1",
How tall are you?
6 foot.
6. All right, so similar. I mean, I
Yeah.
could see, for one, I mean, like, I went to a pretty white high school, right? And there was a couple, like, we had one school that had a couple real cool black dudes at my high school. I've experienced just being in the room with a non-celebrity black guy, and he's taking up all the cool, right? I could totally see the president, who's a black dude, being just the smoothest motherfucker ever. You're probably right. He has that effect on everybody. I bet that's totally normal. Michelle didn't flinch. It sounds realistic to me is what I'm saying.
The only way I could see this maybe being a lie is if it was just the other way around. And it was Chris the one.
And Michelle was wiping my tears.
Yeah, yes.
And Barack was doing the push-ups.
Yes. It can happen.
Well, I was more thinking that you were hugging the president, but, you know.
Well, here's the thing. I have this friend who knows Bruce Springsteen, and he said once, like, a long time ago, they were all this huge dinner, like, with, like, 16 people, and Bruce was holding court, and Bruce's wife was just like, Christ, this fucking story again, right? And so maybe Michelle was like, here he goes with the fucking tear wiping.
Yeah, this is what he's known for.
All right.
Do the
Well,
next one, 'cause we got a vote, too.
Okay, yeah. So we'll move right along to your second story then.
Okay, so in 1997, I had a late-night talk show. I don't know if you remember. It was called Vibe. And I had guests from Shaq to Mel Gibson to Puffy, Demi Moore. And so one night, one of the shows was Halle Berry. And she wanted me to go, Janet Jackson's album had just, remember Velvet Rope?
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a listening party for Velvet Rope. So she wanted me to come with her. And I was like, oh shit, I made it. I'm about to get in the fucking limo with Halle Berry. So we're in a limo and she's
Were you single then?
single,
Okay.
yes. 1997.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
So I'm in a limo with her, and she's telling me about all these guys she's dated, and how they ain't shit, and I'm just like the greatest girlfriend listening to her, right? So listening, boom, boom, boom. We get to the party, the listening party. I thought Janet Jackson was gonna be there. She ain't there, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm with Halle Berry. Who gives a fuck if Janet Jackson?
Right.
So she's like, do you need to ride back to the studio? Because the listening party was in Culver City, and CBS Fairfax is where my car was. So she took me back, and she was a little tipsy. And so she was like, Chris, I didn't realize how good looking you were. I was like, that's kind of fucked up. But I'm like, yeah, whatever, thanks. She goes, so are you with anybody? And
You get better looking with age, by the way.
I don't know. He's pretty good looking the whole time.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
That's
he
the
gets
game.
even better with it. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
See, this is what I mean. Imagine Obama was in the room. Nobody would even know we're here. No one would even remember I'm here.
That's hilarious. So she's kind of like,
I don't know who's talking, but there you go.
she's like, you're kind of cute. You know, I never really paid attention. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess because we've never been this kind of close to each other. And so she's talking, and then she's looking at me as if I should do something.
I mean, that is kind of like she's talked to you about all these guys that
Right.
she hasn't had any luck with, and they're all
Yeah. And then,
crap.
So quickly, I would have been.
no. So listen. It was almost like that. She kind of came close to me and was like, "You're so cute," and she put her nose on my nose, and I was like,
No, Eskimo
like-
Kisses?
"No, that's Eskimos, the eyelashes, right?
No,
No,
that's
What's that?
That's
That's
a
weird.
butterfly. That's a butterfly
butterfly.
kiss.
Butterfly.
Weird.
All right, I'm sorry.
Butterfly.
So she gave me Eskimo kisses.
Eyelash.
Got to know your kisses.
Sorry.
That can get you in trouble.
Maybe that was a canvas kiss. So she gave me the little fucking nose thing and then just kind of sat back. And I was like, fuck, what am I supposed? Now, if it was anybody else, I would know what the fuck to do.
Well, it was 87. You should just win
97.
for it. 97. You should just win.
It's
win
kind
for
of
it.
it's kind of weird, right? She's a little faded too. So I'm
But
like,
like,
were you
but like,
faded?
Were you?
no, I don't drink.
Oh,
So-
but how
okay.
faded? Like, were you get in trouble faded, or just like,
Well-
just like the time is?
I don't know. I just didn't. I mean, it was just like, should I
I
fuck
feel
a
you.
drunk
Yeah,
Halle
yeah.
Berry?
No, I feel you on that one.
I mean, I should have. As soon as she dropped me off, I was like,
no,
what the
no,
fuck?
that's not what I was.
Oh,
No,
Imagine.
that's not what I was saying.
is that bad? Is that bad? Is that bad for me?
So
Think that?
you didn't do anything?
I got the little Eskimo kiss.
You didn't get her phone number? You didn't say, let's go out sometime?
She
My
was-
people call your people.
Listen, she fucking, as we pulled up, she was half asleep.
So she was really drunk.
So I don't know if she was drunk or tired, but I can smell her perfume still. I can still smell her perfume.
Yeah.
But when she did the fucking thing like this,
Oh my god.
you know how close her lips were?
I
I
would
was
have
like,
licked the nostril or something, bro.
right?
Oh my God.
No,
Do you masturbate to that memory? Like you were so
Absolutely.
into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to now.
And here's what's great. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I've seen her out, and like the first time I saw her out, she looked at me and like, she didn't say it, but it was like, I'm glad you didn't fucking take advantage of me.
Oh.
You know what I mean? She just kind of gives me that look like, hey, Chris.
Well, that means you could get it even more so probably now.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. I should have fucked Halle Barry, dude. And
You playing the long game. That's what you're doing. You're playing the long
it's
game.
too late now. She done been with so many crazy motherfuckers.
What do the people online say there, Austin?
Our buddy Kia just asked, was there any follow-up about this with her? Did you ever see her again?
I saw her
talk to
again.
her,
I've seen her quite a few times.
But did you ever mention this
No,
night or like
no.
what could have been?
No, she just gave me the look like, I'm glad you didn't.
Gave you a little
like the
Eskimo
you're a
kisses.
good guy look.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Not the look.
yeah.
I wanted her to say, why didn't you fuck me?
Did you try the Eskimo again? Or
No,
that was that?
no.
Did she the
I
next
th-
time she saw you, did she give you a warm hug? Was it warm?
Yeah, it's always like, what's up? Now when I see her, it's not like, I don't think she even remembers all of that.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? This is 97. We're talking 22 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You should have went for their eyelashes, bro. I hear that's where you get them.
I still, like to this day, that's like one of my biggest regrets.
Wow.
I think you picked the right move, but dang. Whew.
But you think she would give me some reward pussy? You know what I mean? Like,
What after? What? How many years was it when you?
I saw her like 2 years later.
Oh, reward
No less than that.
pussy.
Like, here's a
But
little
reward pussy just lays there though, Chris. Reward pussy can't be
reward
good.
a reward for not taking advantage of her. So you know what? I'm so happy.
All I
didn't
imagined
take
was
her.
like one of those reward posters.
Yeah.
Wanted.
A little pussy prize.
And all I kept thinking, it's one of those things that keep plaguing me. Like, I didn't have any condoms, but who gives a fuck,
Man.
right? Why fuck Halle Berry if you got condoms, right?
You could have had a Halle baby.
Well, you could have stopped.
Huh?
You could have stopped and got condoms.
Man, nah, it messes up the
Do you ever
mood.
tell your wife that story?
I guess you'll hear it.
You already there.
You never told your wife that
I've
story?
never told my
Now you
wife
see
that
why I didn't
story.
want to retweet this before
Ah.
the.
But you know what's funny about wives is that
Nothing.
she always knows somebody I've been with, right? So even though I haven't been with Halle, like she has a weird energy. She knows I like her. You know what I mean? So
Oh yeah.
when something comes on TV, she's like, "There's your little friend."
So when you guys
I have told her. her.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I didn't. I told her yes, because she's always going, "That's your little friend."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what about when you were in the White House Christmas party and Obama was wiping away your wife's tear and you got all mad? Your wife didn't go, well, what about Halle? What about the time with Halle?
Oh,
She didn't
no.
throw that in your face?
No.
She was still thinking about Obama. She
Yeah.
probably didn't even think about any
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
She's masturbating to Obama.
Man, can you imagine if Obama was like that to your wife? That does she throw that in your mouth a lot? I mean, in your face a lot.
mouth.
In your, I was looking at your mouth. I
Put
think
it in your mouth.
In your
mouth.
My apologies. In your
0
face.
to 100.
Does she ever like, like Chris, take out the trash? I want to take the trash out. Obama would take the trash. Does she ever do like stuff like that?
No, but I think I'm gonna take that to the stage. That's fucking funny. You know who would take the trash out? 44.
All right.
Now, you know how we say that being able to spot lies sometimes that the humble brag is usually true?
Now this is hard because they're both humble
Right.
brags. I was already thinking that.
Right.
Yeah, but I
In
don't.
a way. Because
yeah.
the first one, that means his wife's probably really hot. I know.
His
I
wife's
was at
very
the
beautiful.
White
He got a very
House.
beautiful wife.
I mean,
that is
well,
for
look at me,
sure.
guys. What you think?
I don't. Let's just say I don't think
I'm
Michelle
funny
was
and
doing
cute.
doing push-ups in the corner when your wife was around because she's
Funny
pretty lovely.
and cute.
Yeah.
Like you can't be. Only thing can beat jokes is music. Right. Musicians.
What do
can
you mean?
trump in terms of like comedians have good-looking girls, and then the only one that could take them is musicians.
Oh yeah.
Singers.
Yeah, I can see that.
they're
And presidents.
fucking presidents. Shit.
When I'm home, I don't want to run errands or have to figure out a meal plan, especially because I have kids. That's why Blue Apron is a great solution. Their chef-designed recipes are easy to follow and give you a balanced, delicious meal. Blue Apron is a quick and easy way to make high-quality meals that everyone can enjoy. Use promo code LIARS to get $30 off your first order. Blue Apron, take back dinner.
All right, first story. He went to the White House with his wife back in President Obama's glory days, and in line to take a pic with the prez, Chris was in the back of the line, but the president waves him forward because he recognized him from BET or some other network. But I don't know.
No, it was BET. It was BET.
In parentheses. I don't know.
Was it really BET though?
That's what he said.
Okay.
No, that's what I said to my wife. I guess he
That's
recognized
what
me
he
from
said.
BET. Yeah. As a joke. I've been on NBC as well. Fox, NBC, ABC would have been as funny.
Well, this African lady gets all upset because he was skipping, but he ignores her, walks up to the front. But old Barry was not into Chris at all. He just wanted to meet to his wife. So he wrapped her up and kind of cucked Chris right there in front of the entire free world.
Wow, wait.
But it was the press, so what are you going to do?
It sounds even better with the accent.
Yeah.
Shit.
Story 2, way back in 1997. I was 3 years old, by the way, Felicia.
Yeah.
He had a talk show.
We weren't.
Yeah.
He had a talk show called Vibe where many celebrities passed through, humble brag, and at one time Halle Barry did. She invited him to jump in a limo with her to tell him all about her long track record of dudes that she'd been with. So they get to go to Janet Jackson's listening party, but old Janet ain't there. So they leave. Then on the way home, Halle starts giving him the eyeball, the sex eyeball, and teased him with Eskimo kisses on the nose, and he's been blue-balled ever since.
Oh, well, I mean, the ending is a little different. Okay. Are you still friendly with? How did you get to the White House? Number one, how did you even manage that?
So I did a bad movie called Sin a long time ago with Gary Oldman and Ving Rhames. The director's name is Michael Stevens, who just recently passed away. His father is George Stevens, who created the American Film Festival. AFI.
Okay.
American Film Institute. And they used to do Christmas in Washington, and they also did the inauguration, and they would do the Kennedy Center honors.
Mm-hmm.
He was a friend of mine.
Uh-huh.
I was his guest. So before you get to go to Kennedy Center honors, he kind of surprised me. He was like, listen, I got a surprise for you. And we're like, where are we going? And we pulled up to the fucking White House. And that's how I got to meet him.
You can't just go to the White House. You have to.
Well, you said it
fill
was
out paperwork.
Christmas. Yeah, and you
gotta
said
have
Christmas.
They didn't even let Ellen in.
And you said Christmas, not Kennedy Center honors.
That's what, it's in December.
All right, let's take a vote.
All right, I'm going to go with that one's a lie.
I'm going to say the first story is a lie.
I agree.
What do you think, Justin? Oh, sorry.
I don't know, man. The Eskimo kisses, bro. I don't understand why you didn't lick a nostril. So I'm gonna go with that one's a lie.
No.
Really?
No, that's an interesting strategy to go with it. That's a lie because it's like, you just would have done more.
Yeah, man.
I get it.
It's just like she is Halle Berry, man.
Yeah.
She's just
drunk,
like, hey.
She's a little tipsy.
Yeah, but the only thing you did was Eskimo kisses.
Well, she did it. He didn't do anything. He
was
just
a pretty
received
big
it.
star at that time, though, right?
Yeah, she's fucking.
I
interviewed her
her
for Monsters
hottest?
Ball. I think it was Monsters Ball around
Oh,
the time.
really?
After Monster,
Yeah.
So that's it's
Yeah,
got
but
to
I
be.
could see celebrity, like, pool-wise, like, because she's such a huge star.
It's fucking Halle Berry.
Yeah,
she's
like
fine.
that. You're
She
like,
would've
if
rubbed
I-
it.
But no,
nose.
it's not about only fine. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
Yeah.
Beyonce right now. She was
Iconic.
that hot.
Iconic.
Yeah.
You fuck a drunk Beyonce.
No, I still wouldn't. I understand that part,
Right.
but I just feel like there would have been more than just the nose rub.
Right.
Anyway, what are people online voting here?
Jason Marino kicked it off, and he also said that the first story had 30 words and the second story was very detailed, so that led him to believe that the first story was a lie. Jesse, Kia, and Cal are all voting his way, saying that the first story is the lie. It's what we pretty much all voted. The president
You
of
too,
Obama.
right,
30
Michael?
words. Who counted my words?
That's old Jason Marino, word counter.
I gotta know these things when I lie to my wife.
Ken Lofgren, of course, going the other way. He thinks that
I will not be tricked by Ken Lofgren. I will not be tricked by Ken
Kenny's
Lofgren.
dangerous.
And I'm going to tell you, just based on his comments tonight, he's off the wall, so I wouldn't be swayed by Ken Lofgren. So, but he is going going the other way.
And Michael, what did you say your vote was?
Oh, hold on, I want to clear something up. When he started giving all that backstory about why he was at the White House, that sounded to me like it was fucking up my original thought of it. The first story was untrue. I was like, this sounds like some legit backstory, and then you go like, none of that checked out. Did none of that check out?
Well, because he first said Christmas and then Kennedy Honors, and it's like they don't do Kennedy Honors and have the White House Christmas dinner. I mean,
don't know if that's true,
I don't
but-
know if that's true. Yeah, All right.
Shit, yeah, first
I
one. I'm
don't
going
know
first
anything
one's a
about
lie,
that.
I guess. I
All
believe
right.
the Halle Berry story.
Where did
Okay.
you take the picture at in the White House?
One of them rooms.
I don't doubt that maybe.
All
Right there in the living
It
room.
wasn't the Oval Office. You don't get to go upstairs and take pictures. There's a big ass room. I'll show you guys the picture.
I
after.
bet that he did meet Obama.
Probably,
I actually
yeah.
believe
Yeah,
that.
I believe part of the story. I definitely believe
Yeah.
part of the story.
He didn't
Right.
meet you.
But then he said the surprise pop-in at the
Yeah.
White House.
But the pimp
Nah.
move,
Nah.
no.
Let me tell you how it happens. Let me just tell you what happens.
All right.
We pull up to the White House, and they go, and then Michael Stevens is like, "Give me all your IDs." He already knew he was taking us there. It was a surprise
To
for us.
you.
Yes. So we've been cleared.
I love that if this is a lie that he
I know.
is fucking going
Yeah,
for it.
'cause
I
now,
love it. I love it.
now I messed up. When he did that, I was like, all right,
We're
let me-
cleared already.
He did the thing,
We're
so now I got to
clear.
rethink
All right.
mine.
So, Chris, which story is the lie?
Wait, did you vote Michael?
He did.
He went back and forth.
I
Oh.
went first one, I guess is my fuck. Fine. Yeah, first one's a lie, I guess. Fuck, go ahead.
Go ahead. Which one is the lie?
Number one is the truth.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Ken Lofgren had it correct.
Golly.
It was probably short because I had just started telling it. You know what I mean? Like, as you
Uh-huh.
get- then I got warm, and number two, I got juicy.
Okay.
It's like shit, Janet Jackson.
Wait, so
Damn it.
what truth in life are you drawing that second story from?
Yeah.
Did something like
So-
that
Good
happen?
question.
So,
Good question.
Halle Berry. So I had a late night talk show called Vibe.
Right.
We had some test shows before to sell the show to syndicators, and Halle was one of the guests. Right.
She was a test?
She was like we had like Will Smith, Steve Harvey. It was huge. It was Columbia
Yeah.
TriStar, Quincy Jones. She remembers.
Yeah.
So they use that to go sell. You go to NAPTY and sell the show to syndicators. So if they look at this fucking presentation, it's like these are the kind of motherfuckers that are going to be on the show. You know what I mean?
Okay. Wow.
Then I really did the show
Uh-huh.
and really got invited to Janet Jackson's Velvet Rope party, which she really wasn't there, but Cedric the Entertainer was the guest.
No Eskimo
And no
Kisses
Eskimo
with Cedric the Entertainer.
No Eskimo kisses. Oh, I gotta go.
Oh yeah, you got to go. Thank
I'ma
you so much.
But I'm gonna try
for-
to come back as soon as my spot is over.
Okay, thank you so much, Chris. We hope to see you back here.
No.
Thank
Yeah,
you
be
so
real.
much. Have a good set.
I had like an 8-0 streak going that just got fucking
I know.
crushed.
I can't believe the one time I
Jesus.
don't go with Ken Lofgren.
Come on, man.
all right.
We don't Eskimo nose thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now you're all big talk.
You know what I'm saying? I
10 minutes
knew
ago
from
you
the-
didn't say shit.
knew. You know what I'm saying? I was just listening. And then,
But I could see like a woman doing like a sexy little.
yeah.
That's what I was
But
thinking, not
listen,
like a legit.
But if
That's
Halle
what-
Berry did that, you would have licked her lip or something. Like you wouldn't just sit there either.
I don't know. I could see where if it was that big of a celebrity and you're just coming on to your own celebrity, you know
You
what
could be
I mean?
excited. And,
I
and be
think
shocked.
you could be a little nervous about it, like you don't want to get in trouble and be that person.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So
Especially since he doesn't drink, I thought, well, maybe he just didn't.
yeah.
I definitely got to go back
Yeah.
and cut the clip of him giving his reveal because we were all so sure. We were
I
like,
know,
oh,
yeah.
He played the game well. He
It's a
played the
good
game
gift.
well. All right, so Justin, let's go and do your first story.
Okay. I used to play football. It was like little league football, right? And we had somebody on our team that shouldn't have been on our team. He's like huge dude, and he's linebackers. I don't know if y'all know about linebackers. All of them try to kill you. Like they're all murderers. All right. So this kid was a linebacker. He looked like he was 18. He should have been 12, but he was like huge. He was huge. So we did this thing called Alabama. It's where you line up the football players and you lay down. You put the football in the middle of the chest, and then you get up and you run to the other side, and the other person tackles you. All right. You know what I'm talking about?
Can
we
you
called
s-
that Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Oh,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, not Alabama. Oklahoma.
Either state.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to me again? I'm sorry. I wanna
Oklahoma
vision-
where you lay down. It's like two football players lay down,
Okay.
and one of them puts the football in your chest, and then both of the players got to get up and
Like the coach does.
no,
It's
no,
like
no.
an exercise.
It's an exercise.
Okay.
Yeah,
Each person puts a football on their chest.
Just one of 'em.
it's the best way to describe it is just like there's a line. It's like the Soul Train line. There is like one line's right here, one line's right
I
here,
see,
and
I
people
see.
line up. And then when you get to the end, one player has to have the football. One player tackles the other person
Okay.
with the football.
That was the drill where I
That's the
found
drill.
out football was not for me.
Oh,
The first guy I went up against, I was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And then next one, I'm actually a linebacker, Sherman Williams, I went up against.
Sherman Williams, the furniture
Not
guy?
Sherwin. Don't make that
And it's
mistake.
pink. It's
Or he
pink.
will mow you over in the Oklahoma drill, which he did. And I was like, yeah, this
I
might be my
wonder why
last
they
day
call
playing
that the
football.
Oklahoma drill.
linebackers are built different, bruh.
Yeah,
like they're just like
psychotic.
literally.
We had a
'cause they
guy named
literally-
Snake that would laugh as he was going up and tackling.
Well,
the
yeah,
kid.
we didn't have something like
He's
that.
just a weird guy.
No, but this dude, he was big. He had like the little neck muscle. You know what I'm talking about? Where they had it looked like the shoulder pad, but it's
Oh, right, right.
bruh, this kid was big. All right, so everybody was trying to slide out the line when they noticed that they were lining up, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna just, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to be a running back. I want to be one of the best football players out there at the time. I was like, I'm just gonna do it, see what it is. Man, so they count to 3. I don't know if he got up early, but when they said 3, he was already up. And when we ran, I was trying to get around him, and I got scared. He hit me, bruh, hit me hard. My helmet came off, and I shitted on myself. But yeah, but all right, when it happened, I just, I cried a little bit. It's not like a big, like, obvious cry. I was just like,
So you didn't
That-
literally poop yourself.
no, it was like a little bit shit came out. Like, for real. He hit me
I
that
think
hard.
when a man on camera says, I shitted myself,
Listen.
you,
Like-
need, you need to understand what he is
And
telling
so
you.
what I did was after the practice, I kept practicing because obviously I don't want anybody to know. So I waited.
With a little poopy in your pants?
Yeah.
You finish the practice with
yeah.
caca in
I'm
your
not
pants?
finna like
Take all that gear
I
off.
don't yeah. I mean,
But were you wearing white pants?
no. I mean, well, yeah, it's football pants.
Were they white?
Was
would have
I
to get
white?
through
No,
a
I'm still-
girdle.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. You got a girdle and you got pads in there. So what I did was after practice, I went to the bathroom and I took my pads and my girdle and I just threw it away. Just walked off.
How much are
it's-
pads? Are they expensive?
Oh, well, I don't know. I didn't pay for them. I was a kid.
So your parents paid? They weren't. Your
My mom
parents
paid
weren't
for it.
like, where the heck are those pads, Justin?
No,
'Cause you
my
come
mom.
from a sweet family.
But, yeah, my mom's pretty. No, she's pretty gangster. No, but my mom, she didn't cuss, but also she didn't know the pads. My mom doesn't know the pads. She just pays the people to give me the equipment to go out and play football. So we just when it's
She wasn't mad that they said we need you to pay for more equipment that your son threw away or that he
no,
lost?
they didn't even know.
No one
This
knew?
is this
So
is
you showed up with no extra pads on?
no girdle.
Uh-huh.
I don't need it.
Uh-huh.
All you need is the
What-
thigh and the knee.
What kind of girdle? Can you explain the girdle to me?
It's an underwear that.
It's like armored
Like,
briefs.
yeah. You know what
I
mean?
want him to explain it.
Sorry.
Bad lying runs in the family, I think.
You know, so anyways, it's underwear. You know what I'm saying? That you put on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just an armor around
Uh-huh.
that. But to be honest with you, I don't think you need it as a kid. I
The
don't.
girdle?
Yeah, I don't think you need it as.
Well,
a,
what
it
is
was.
it
It was like.
for?
It was like. Well, it's supposed to protect your Johnson, but nobody's like punching you in the. It's not like they're not that aggressive. We're kids, except that one dude that shouldn't have been on our team.
Sounds pretty aggressive.
bruh,
to
he
me. You
should-
shit yourself.
He shouldn't been on the team.
Yeah.
Like he was like way too old. I felt like he drove.
But you really did shit yourself, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was real doo doo.
And people weren't like, "What the fuck?" Weren't like,
Well, I
could
mean,
they smell it if you were? They kept
They
tackling
probably
you and you're
did, but-
running and it's all squishy.
Look, you brought up the shit story.
Jason
We're going
Marino
with
They-
it.
wanted to know how far it ran down your leg. But
Well, we don't know if it
no,
was
it's
running.
in a girdle.
Mm.
The girdle holds it. So
it
it's not
was it just
not
a little
yeah.
log?
What
It
are,
wasn't
what
like
do
a
you
huge-
shit like
like,
a
listen.
rabbit, hard little pellets. Like what? You know what I mean?
It was like a shit stain. It wasn't like a whole bunch of. It wasn't like an explosive shit.
And
Like,
no
it's not
one,
gonna leak
and
down
no
your
one
leg.
made fun of you in school. How
Nobody
old were
told.
you? How old
Nobody
were
told
you?
me. I was like 12.
So nobody knew. Nobody knows this
You
story.
got a
except-
stain on your pants, and no other 12-year-old is
Listen.
like, what the heck?
It's not leaking out. It's in a girdle.
Uh-huh.
It's a girdle.
Could you
then
see
the-
the stain in your pants?
What kind of doo-doo do you think I have? It would have to go through the girdle and the football pants for them to see like a doo-doo stain.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he was saying it wasn't runny, and it
Yeah.
was just a little like pretty
And
much
it
a
was-
shark.
yeah.
That would have to
And
be like
He would
a
have to go
super.
through several layers.
Yo, it would have to be super doo-doo to
was
just
un-
like you know what I mean? Like it had to have strength.
You're like saying like a loogie's worth.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it wasn't like a huge.
It was an
Well, I mean,
Eskimo-
the way you say it like that.
it was an Eskimo kiss of poop.
But it was definitely a stain on the girdle.
Or it would have to be a really sharp log that came out and cut your pants.
Sharp log, very sharp. Yeah. It'd have to be pretty sharp.
It was like a Zorro sword that just is Z
Man,
sliced.
come on now.
Nah,
That's too far for Austin
that's too
right
much.
there.
Too much.
Oh.
Zorro sword grows.
Well, I was out at Sword because the mental picture of
Well,
it-
she said sharp. It got me going. I was trying to slow down.
Here's the thing: we did a podcast yesterday, and Austin, instead of saying vagina, said south mouth.
I did.
I never heard that before, but okay. That's pretty
That's
smooth.
why I can't believe you're so offended by just a little bit of cock.
I
And
just
so
ate.
what?
Sorry.
Honestly, that yesterday, the best moments on this podcast are when Austin says something that genuinely offends Felicia and the guest loves it. And then she's just like, what am I supposed to fucking do here? I hate that.
South man.
Also, I really have to poop, so poop stories are not helping.
Oh,
Thank you, Austin.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, there goes
Uh-oh.
the sound. Michael, there goes the sound.
What happened?
All right.
Yeah.
Sound just turned
Well,
off.
we're
Tom.
live, so what?
That
Can you
box
hear
is
us,
off.
Michael?
I can hear you.
Did something pop out?
Something's popped out. They have no sound.
They'll let
also.
us know online in a second if they.
Maybe
Is
you
that
can
it?
come in here.
Is that it?
I can hear. We can hear all you got. What's he's
Uh-oh.
coming?
Hold on, everybody. We'll be right with you. Yeah, here we go. That's
That'll do
Todd
it.
right there.
There
There we go.
Yeah, are we
There
back? Are we good?
go.
We're
Sure.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
So, what are people saying online? Sorry about that, you guys.
Well, Benny Mac just said a lot of talk about turding.
No, okay, you're right. You're right.
Jason Marino said a dab of poop will do you.
A dollop.
Benny Mac said again one of them diaper jock straps.
Uh-huh.
Ken Lofgren said this is a weed smoking story. I don't know if that means for
Weed?
him or if that means for you or what. but-
listen, I did not smoke weed at that time
At that
Yeah.
time,
at all. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't smoke weed till later on in life.
they smoke weed now.
Oh yeah, I love weed. That's my
Um,
boo, my shouty. You know what I mean?
Well, we probably should move on to the second story, given that we've exhausted that topic matter.
Cal Williams says no hurries, no worries.
Okay, well, there you go.
You know, sometimes you
All
gotta
right,
sit in
let's
it.
move on to the second story.
Second story. All right. So I used to work at Disney. They got this thing called the Disney College Program. Right. It's like real
Checks
world.
out. I worked there too.
It's like real world. So they just pick like 6 people to move in to the same apartment, right? And everybody lives together, and they do whatever job that they came in to do. There was a black dude in. There was like 6 people in ours. So, but I saw the black dude, so we immediately were like, "Hey, you black, I'm black, we cool, whatever. We're gonna be roommates." I don't know why we do that. It's just something that happened. So we got cool and everything. We'll just fast forward. This
So
man.
it was like a 3-bedroom, and it was like 2-2-2.
Yeah, two. Like it's literally roommates. Like
Uh-huh.
you could turn over and you could see this.
Right, like a dorm room.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
did that in the Air Force.
Oh yeah, so it's basically like that. So, we shared some things before. This is a big dude too. He's like a bodybuilder, except his legs. He didn't.
All right.
He didn't really like
in
dudes
your
like that.
stories, it's about 2 black dudes. Big
Two black
dudes.
dudes, both of them
Huge.
enormous for no reason. So this dude. All right, so this dude. I went to go to work one time, right? And I'm going to work, and I'm meeting up with a coworker, and I forget that I left my my swiping ID, right? They got a swiping ID that you need to get in to clock in. So I left it in my room. So I come back to my room. This dude is sniffing my dirty basketball shorts.
No.
Bro, I'm talking about inhaling, like good inhale. And I open the door and
Shut up. Are you serious?
I opened the door and I looked, and then I walked out and I closed, and I was like, I know this man didn't just, like, I'm having, like, I'm thinking, like, this can't be, like, what's really happening right now.
Did he hear you or see you?
Yeah, he saw me.
Oh, he saw you.
He saw me because when I closed the door, he was like, "It's not what you think," and I was like, "Oh yeah, he sniffed my shorts." Like that. As soon as he said that, I was like, "Oh okay, he really did sniff my shorts." So I was like, "All right, well, this is weird. Like I no longer want to be roommates with you because he was like, "No, man, I was just trying to see if they were dirty or not." I was like, "Dude, you got them from the dirty clothes." He was like, "Yeah, but I wanted to work out and I used all my." I was like, "Bro, I don't even want to talk about this right now. This was just It was a little too weird for me." And then I just had a meeting with the roommates, and I was like, "Yo, this man sniffed my shorts. So if anybody want to switch rooms."
Why would they want to switch with you if you tell them that?
Well, I was just really just telling them to let them know, but I was trying to.
Was he like, by the way, did you shit in this girdle? What's going on with that?
But the dude ended up getting fired anyway. So
Can you
Yeah.
tell us
cool.
his first name?
Julian, I can tell you both their names.
No. You don't have to say the last
Well, what's
name.
the first name of the
Well, I don't
last
know.
guy?
I don't know their last names anyway.
Okay.
The first name of the football player is Chris, and the first name of the other dude is Julian, my roommate.
The Chris is suspect because there's a running joke amongst the college program and Disney employees Chris from Orlando. So that
No, Julian is from Orlando.
Julian's
Chris
the
is the
one
football
in
player.
Disney.
Mm.
Chris is the football guy.
But they all, if they live together and they work at the college program, they all have to work at Disney.
And was
What are you
that
talking
here
about?
in Los Angeles?
I thought you work. You said you work in the college program or just at Disney in general.
No, the college program.
I'm sorry, I may have confused you, but the name of the football guy that hit him that he shat in,
Is
the
Chris.
first story, his name is Chris.
Oh, okay.
Second story,
Yeah.
the guy that sniffed his shorts is
Julian.
Julian.
I called him Jules.
We must have order. I mean, like, what the fuck? Like,
Well, you guys are getting really lost tonight. Did you guys smoke a little before you came in?
no.
If y'all did, why y'all holding
No.
out, huh?
Don't worry, I got my shit for after, Justin. We'll get
Okay,
together.
bet. That's why I mess with you, homie.
Wow. Is there any questions online? I mean,
There are
I
several.
think these two are fucking high, man.
no, it's not. It's this sniffing the shorts. I was taken aback, and so anybody saying anything?
I was gonna see how long you'd go for.
Too long.
Kia said lie. So I said, how
Oh.
come, Kia? And he said, because it's someone else's shorts. And then Jesse Stillwell said, I'd smell my own dirty basketball shorts like that, but I don't know about someone else's. And then he and Ken Lofgren said, I'm so high. And Jesse Stillwell said, I'm so drunk. And then they said, I'm high. So we got a couple of double-faded fellas hanging out with us.
Okay.
Ben Mack said, that is disgusting, huffing the gooch dust. That's just gross.
Gucci does.
So it seems like they are thinking it's pretty disgusting. I don't know that it would be untrue because some of the people that worked at the Disney college program that I knew were questionable at best. Like they
Well,
were.
I have teenage sons, 18 and actually a 20-year-old now, and anything is possible. And did this guy have a lot of brothers, or you know what I mean?
I know he had a brother. I don't know how
Uh-huh.
many brothers he
Yeah.
had.
Was he
but,
gay?
To him, he wasn't. But after the sniff, I thought maybe, but he was saying he wasn't.
I
Like
think
a good funk.
I still don't think. Why would gay men want to sniff shorts?
I know. I agree. I think just.
Just a psychopath.
Yeah,
I just think.
yeah. I just think that's just a lazy motherfucker. That's all. Because I could see one of my sons maybe doing that. Not
Right,
one,
running
not
out of-
one of them.
running out of
Yeah,
shorts.
running out of
themselves.
shorts and being like, oh, and then and so what? It's gonna be dirty anyway. But I just want to make sure it's. I don't know. That is such a fucked up story. What do you think, Jessica? Which one do you think?
I mean, it is pretty fucked up. It's. I don't know. You got girdles and shorts.
Like, if you have roommates now, do you hide your underwear? Has
Oh,
it
no. I
damaged
lock
you in
my
any
door.
sense? You
I
lock
lock my door.
He has his own room now.
Yeah. We there's nobody else in the room
Uh-huh.
like that. No,
Uh-huh.
and I'm locking my door. Nobody's going in my room.
Uh-huh.
I never did anything with whenever we were in tech school and all that stuff with my roommate's stuff ever.
Well, yeah, there's some people that just they don't have home training, I guess.
I
And
think
they'll
that's
just
what
eat
it
Hot
is.
Pockets
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They'll be just eating your food. You're like, what are you doing? Oh, I
Maybe
got hungry.
he's
It's like, what are you-
impulsive too. Like, I have a son who is very impulsive, and so he does weird stuff where you're like, are you mentally damaged? And he's like, no, I'm just impulsive. You know, I just didn't think.
Did
know
you
what I mean?
share other things with him that he thought it would be okay if he borrowed your shorts?
I did
Oh,
share.
That's a good question. Good question.
The only thing I really shared was I remember sharing food. I think I did let him borrow a shirt before.
How did he
But-
fit into your shirt?
Wait, I don't know.
Because he was huge, and I think you were very skinny as a kid, right?
Yeah, I always been. But my clothes as a kid was pretty big. I didn't wear small clothes till I came to LA. Well, I wore small clothes, but at the time when I was trying to be whatever I was trying to be, I used to wear baggy clothes. It was like baggy shirts and baggy shorts.
Pants with pleats in
but
them.
but the shorts like we're the same height. So shorts and shirts he could still wear them, but he's just a big dude. He's like a muscular dude. So,
Well, you're very muscular.
well, I wasn't back then. I was like one of these
If you go on
cords.
his Instagram, there's a lot of photos with his shirt off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who? Oh, me. I was like, how do you know? How do you know that dude? I don't know what Julian's doing now. Maybe.
Did you ever talk to him after that, or did you actually
After
get
that,
moved?
yeah.
Did you, I mean, after he got fired, or after that program was over?
Oh yeah. So after he got fired, I think he found out that I was doing stand up, and we chat, but it's never like back and forth like a
Uh-huh.
long time.
And were you able? I didn't understand that part of the story. Were you able to move out of the room immediately, or?
Oh no.
No. So
So
Oh.
so I stayed in the room, and then he later on got fired. But it
uh-huh.
wasn't even. It was probably like maybe a month
Mhm.
that he got fired for stealing grapes.
Grapes?
Stealing grapes?
Grapes.
You know what? I
Yo.
think this is a true story.
This man got fired.
Dude,
for
I believe the second one also.
Yeah,
This man got fired for stealing.
because I don't. Yeah.
Disney got this thing where if you take anything, like
Uh-huh.
no matter what it is, you get fired. And he took a bag of grapes
A bag of grapes, or just
From where?
Yeah.
from his job. He worked like a food and beverage or whatever, or quick snack or something like that.
Yeah. What did you do at that program?
I did two things. My first job was working at this horrible place called Pecos Bills.
Oh yeah, that was our, one of our other
bruh.
locations.
Hey, so you done that?
Yeah, I have.
Oh,
yeah.
completely trash.
Casey's Corner, been there.
Oh, yeah, Casey's Corner. But they were way chiller. Pecos Bills, they wanted me to be the bodyguard of like the bathroom and the dining area.
Uh-huh.
So I had to stop people if they didn't have their food. I got to be like, hey, don't come over here till you get your food. They wanted me to be mean
Uh-huh.
at Disney.
Right.
So I was just getting it was a weird job.
I'm
And then-
leaning towards all this being true, except that I don't think Julian sniffed his pants.
I think I think we should have Austin do the recap,
All right.
let's do it.
and then we'll take a vote.
All right. Which, by the way, Jason Marino said he doesn't know which butt story to choose.
I know.
Story one: Justin used to play Little League football, and one time he had this gigantic kid as a linebacker on the team, and he had to go up against this kid in Oklahoma drill, which is where they face off and hit each other. And the kid hit him so hard that Justin pooped a little bit, and nobody ever knew about it, but he did. Story two: he has experience working at Disney World, where they have the Disney College program, and he was rooming with two big black dudes.
No.
What?
No.
God, you were so stoned.
Hey, he did
high?
include in the beginning that he goes, it was mostly white guys and a few black dudes, so we kind of looked at each other like, let's be together
No,
automatically.
it was just
Oh.
him and they were the two black guys.
Yeah, we were the two black guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were the two
Yeah,
big
yeah,
black dudes.
yeah.
So there was two
Oh
big
my
black
God.
dudes rooming
You're
together.
acting like
and it
like
was,
Austin stole the fucking grapes, Jessica.
Fuck.
Like Jesus Christ.
And by the way, we took a lot of food when I worked at Disney. Not prepackaged though, which the grapes were, so that might get you in trouble. But we took a lot of like macaroni and cheese off the hotline.
Yeah, you could do it. He's not a very bright person.
Well,
But he's nice though. He's except the
Except for the underwear.
Yeah.
sniffing.
Part.
One
But-
time, Justin walks in, and this big old roommate of his is inhaling his dirty gym shorts, and Justin was shocked and asked somebody to switch rooms with him.
But it
which they
wasn't gym
didn't,
shorts.
so-
It was underwear.
underwear.
No,
whatever.
no, no.
No, it
just
was
short.
basketball shorts.
Basketball shorts.
Oh, it was basketball
Who
shorts.
the fuck is anybody?
girdle.
What's going on here tonight?
No.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's true. Yeah. What? How are people voting?
Jason Marino says, "WTF, Austin." Jason Marino, fuck. I'm going home. What do you want from me? It's Vargas thinks first story is a lie. Hello, Michael Vargas, hanging out with us tonight. Jason Marino and Kia, weirdly in sync. Jason Marino and Kia both think the second story is a lie, which I at first initially was going with first story was being true or his first story being a lie and second story being true, but I think I'm starting to sway my own thoughts here.
Given that I have boys, I know that if they would have sharded themselves, they would have been mortified
so
at the age of 12 because you're so self-conscious about your body and
That's why he went to
you'd
the
walk around
bathroom.
like this with your bit, like that, So I think
He's a Southern guy playing football.
You
That's
know what
different.
I mean?
You don't stop. My dad, he coached my brother's team in flag football. And one time in a play, my brother was the quarterback, and he had the ball, and he was running for a touchdown, and he was going for it. He had sweatpants on, right? And his string came loose, and his pants fell down, and my dad was like, "You better not fucking stop. Keep fucking running.
Yeah.
Run." And my brother kept running.
Well, maybe
Booty
that's
cheeks.
emotional abuse, so Jessica,
said
not
emotional.
just a run-of-the-mill shit your pants story.
But that's like
football.
But football is a big thing in the
mentality.
South.
Yeah.
I have the reason this story works for me is because I've got a similar experience with just I didn't shit myself. Same drill, same age, same position I'm going up against a linebacker. I get up and I get my helmet taken off. Also, I didn't shit myself. It just knocked the wind out of me. So, like a really embarrassing fucking. So like that story all the way works for me. I believe that you could have shit
Yeah,
yourself. Was
I
there
did.
no concern, by the way? Like, were you a little rattled if you got hit hard enough
Yeah.
for the helmet to come
I
off?
was actually scared to go up against this dude because he had an extra neck. I was like, I don't know. The only reason I went up to him is because I was like, I want to be the best football player. So I was like, I'm a get tackled. But
Were you
I'm-
hurt so bad that people were concerned for you?
Oh no, I wasn't hurt that bad. Like I was hurt, and then my coach was like, "All right, you get up."
Put your helmet on.
Yeah, no, he wasn't like no coaches like that. He was like, "Are you okay?" type thing, and then it's like, "All right, let's get back to drills." So it's just like, and I got back in the drill, but I don't want nobody to. You know what I'm saying? When you play football, you can't be no punk. You gotta. I gotta take hits.
I don't
I'm
know.
going
After my first Oklahoma drill, when I got trucked the first time, I immediately came up with some type of allergy where every time I was like, "Oh, I'm sick on this round, guys. I gotta go puke in the forest area. I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, you guys just keep doing your thing.
Must be this grass. Ooh.
Yeah, it's the sun.
What were you
Fuck.
gonna say, Michael?
I was gonna say I think I'm going second. Story is true. I think the first one's true. He just didn't shit himself.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like part of the first story is true. Yeah, I just can't imagine that a 12-year-old boy would, even if it's a shart, I think you would be so freaked out. I think the first story is a lie.
Same.
I disagree. I think the second story's a lie.
And just for the reason that your father emotionally abused your brother, running
Well,
down the
there's that.
field.
And just that I've roommated with people that close, and I don't think he sniffed his pants.
Oh,
I just don't think.
you
he,
know what? If it's, I
it
thought he
was
was
a
talking about
quick-
underwear, and then I was like, that's kind of crazy. But if it's gym shorts, 100%, I think
No.
a guy would totally do that.
I think maybe he would have done a quick sniff, but he walked in enough that he was going, into
Dude, people are into that. You'd
Yeah.
be surprised.
Are you confessing something, Michael?
No, but I'm saying if you guys want to work together, we could make money off of your used underwear on the internet.
Okay.
Real thing.
It was on Orange is the New Black.
All right. So I'm gonna say the first story is the lie. Has everyone voted?
Jesse Stillwell and Kia are both going first lie. Kia switched his up. And Benny Mack says second story is God's honest truth. So he's also going first story is a lie.
Well, hello, Benny Mac. All right. So which story is the lie?
All right. So the first story is a lie.
Yes. Yes.
He was absolutely correct. The dude did hit me like that. I didn't do it on myself, though.
Listen, I'm definitely
he-
shit yourself guy if you get hit really
He
hard.
hit me pretty
I
hard,
didn't
though.
shit myself. He
Oh,
ain't
the shit myself guy.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, you won't get up and play with a shart in your pants. Can you imagine what misery that must have been like if that
Yeah,
would have been
I don't know.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
never happened, but he definitely knocked the wind out of me.
yeah,
I
I
was
can see
like,
that for
that
sure.
was-
for
that
sure.
dude was big.
Well, this is bullshit. So Julian,
Oh yeah, he
Julian
really
sniffed your-
sniffed my shorts. That was not a like
'cause
he.
it also sounded like a Simpson thing, like eat my shorts.
But you didn't get
No.
him kicked out of the program or anything? And
No, I didn't get kicked. I didn't get him kicked out. I thought he was weird, but I didn't want to be.
Did you tell a supervisor that he did that, or?
Nah, I just told him I was like, hey, bruh, don't ever go through my stuff again. I was just one
Yeah.
of those, hey, listen, bruh, if this
Yeah.
happens again, we're fighting type thing.
Right. Because
but-
when someone walks in on something, it can happen so fast. Like, I could definitely see he was probably just like, and then right as
Yeah.
he's like, you know what
But
I mean? He's like,
when I
"Whoa."
opened the door, he was already doing it. So he's
Yeah.
just like, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, and I closed the door, and I'm thinking, like, maybe I'm tripping. Like, I was thinking,
Yeah.
like, maybe I'm tripping. And then he was like, it's not what you think. Then I was like, oh, he sniffed my shorts.
Uh-huh.
That's when I was like, oh, he did it.
what years was that you worked at Disney?
2009 to 2010.
Oh, way before
Wow.
me.
I had an experience once with.
You called me old? Way before me. Look at this grandpa.
I had an experience once where I was working on this movie set. It was a Mitch Hedberg's feature film that he wrote and directed, and it was such a miserable shoot and we were living in a halfway house in St. Paul, next to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we were all so fucking angry at Mitch. And we were all sitting in a circle. Mitch wasn't there, and we were just talking the most like, and another fucking thing, right? And we all expressed our feelings. And then this guy named Brian, it was his turn, and he goes off. And he's like, yeah, fucking that. And right in the middle of it, Mitch Hedberg walks in, and we were all like, oh my god, thank God it wasn't me. You know what I mean? So that's why I totally believe the second story, because you can be in the middle of whatever, and someone
yeah,
walks
yeah.
in, and someone thinks it's a whole different scenario.
Man,
Yeah.
sucked today.
Julian.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining the podcast. Where
thank
can
you.
people find out about you? Where can they follow you? What do you have shaking that you would like to share with everybody?
You can follow me on actually you follow me on YouTube and Instagram. YouTube, I'm starting to put up some videos, this Professor Kush thing. And yeah, I'm like a weed scientist, but not really.
I saw some photos on your Instagram of you in a sign like a lab coat.
Oh yeah. It's my lab coat. I just got some fake lab coat on. But yeah, it's pretty. It's like just I like to give like a little bit of information because a lot of people don't know about weed, but do it in like in a joking way.
Right. And what is your the name of your Instagram? Just Justin Lawson?
Oh yeah, it's just Justin L. Lawson.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Great. And a website or Twitter, anything else?
Just Facebook. On Twitter is only Black Justin, and I did that a long time ago. That's the reason why the name. I was a kid. So.
Okay,
That's
great.
me.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your stories, however gross they were here on the Liars Club. Austin, is there anything you would like to bring up for yourself?
I'm at the Austin Walker. Help me out. I'm trying to fund my short film, Inseparable. It's on my bio on Instagram, so if you'll help me out. Also follow our Instagram, The Liars Club 1, our Twitter, Liars_Club. We're here November 30th in the Belly Room with an all-new Liars Club live show coming at you. It's a Saturday, right?
Yep.
10:30 show that night. So other than that, go Gators, beat Vanderbilt. That's all I got.
What about you, Michael?
High Five Michael on Instagram, and tomorrow night I'm hosting late night all night long at the Hollywood Improv, so come check it out.
Oh, very
Word
nice.
up.
Very nice. You can follow me at Felicia Michaels all across the board. Once again, if you're listening instead of watching, please know that we do stream live from the Comedy Store's YouTube page Monday at 4:30 and most Fridays at 8:30. And if you are a member of Amazon Prime, go check out my documentary. It's called Pervs, and also I have I like to call it a confessional comedy special.
Oh,
That's a good
Spot
way to
on, yeah.
to describe it, and it's also on Amazon free if you have Prime. Go do me a favor, leave a sweet ass remark if you do like them. If you don't like them, just zip it. Said with love.
agreed. I'm at Jess Wellington 2.
What the hell? Did
You guys rubbed off some of your
stroke out
height
just
No,
and
I'm
stuff on
totally
me.
straight. I'm totally straight.
I don't believe either of you tonight.
Only lasts like 30 minutes for
Oh,
us. If
man.
we ain't
I hope
smoking
nobody
like
saw
30
that.
minutes, we ain't so.
Okay. I'm at Jess Wellington 2 on everything. Yeah, we have our live shows coming up. Follow us on our YouTube, please. You're on the Comedy Store YouTube right now. Take a moment. Go over to the Liars Club. Subscribe to that. We're trying to grow that. So, we have animations, all that good stuff over there. I wanted to say something and I
Is
forgot.
Ice House next Friday?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the
It's the
15th.
15th. But I do want to say, follow us on Instagram because we, especially Instagram TV, but you can get that obviously through our Instagram, the Liars Club, right? Because we have been putting up teasers and they really are really fucking funny. So please put those up. I mean, please go to that.
Okay. And maybe I'll remember one day what I was actually going to say. Oh, this weekend, I'm in San Diego. I think there's like 10 tickets left. We're doing this taping. It's all veterans. And we're taping our sets, and then we're doing interviews and all that. Then they're gonna put it together. It's gonna be real fun.
And also, you're going to do on Monday Rant and Rave. If anybody is here watching in Los Angeles.
That's gonna be kind of sad
What
for
do you
me.
mean?
I mean, I just don't expect a really, really funny
No,
story.
no. It's I wanted to say congratulations
thank you.
because it's a storytelling show, which is a lot different than stand up,
Yeah.
and it's all the hoity-toity people in the theater world, and it's gonna be great, Jessica. I'm gonna go. I can't wait to see.
Really?
Yeah, I can't wait
Oh,
to see
God,
you
this
do it.
made
You're
me more
gonna love
nervous.
it. No, you're gonna love it. They're gonna be so supportive of you. Trust me, you're gonna have fun. But it's at Rogue Machine Theater next Monday if you're in the Los Angeles area.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And you have been lied to.
I'm not telling that.
Will the real liar please stand up?
She's totally serious.
And you have been lied to.